So the key to staying connected is really simple. It's make sure you send people feedback requests and make sure they know exactly who's supposed to get that feedback or respond to that feedback. Let's move on to analyze perception. Analyze perception, to me, the best practice I've seen is it's actually about comments. We all have scores, NPS scores, star rating, reputation score. But if you're not doing anything with the comments themselves, you're not getting enough out of that feedback. So for us, we have Experience Insights, right? This is literally where we take the verbatims from reviews and surveys, and we tell you what you're good at. We tell you what you're not so good at. We break down how often those things are coming up, and we give you trends, which category is getting better, which category is getting worse. What I'm encouraging all of you to do is pretty simple. It's just use comments. Don't allow only a score to be the thing that you're focusing on. All right, manage experiences. Get ready for probably the most exciting thing I'm going to talk about, user settings. Our best customers have been really thoughtful about who has access to our platform. Corporate people, regional people, location level people, different stakeholders within each of those groups. They've made sure that anyone that can get value out of our platform does. And the best way to manage experiences is to make sure the people that actually engage with your customers have their hands in the tools that are going to be doing that. So think about that. Think about if everyone has access to this data. The other thing we have that's pretty cool, and this is our part of our social publishing platform, and I think I consider this managing experiences. It's called Discover Content. Literally what it does is it takes any positive review that comes through, and it puts it into a content library where in one click you can post to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it might be. So for those of you that have to build content for social, we want you to have some ready-made positive customer testimonials right at your fingertips. Let's talk about measuring success. If you thought user settings was fun, wait till I tell you about filters. But I'm being serious. Our best customers have mirrored the way they organize their own business into the reputation platform. So they have regional filters, divisional vice presidents, service lines, brands, whatever it is, however you break down your own business, you should make sure that those filters exist in the reputation platform, because when you're measuring success and you're doing something like building a dashboard, building a report, you need to be able to say, cool, this is the brand view. What about that segmentation? What about a side-by-side with those two comparing each other? What about the individual location view? These are the types of things that seem super basic, but are so important to being successful. All right, my favorite one and my last one, expand reach. This can mean a lot of things. To me, it means getting every department involved and activated and making sure that you're working together. It goes to Jason's point about silos. So here's a story. We had a customer in automotive. Marketing team was super proud. They got 31,000 test drive requests. Those are leads. They were not proud because they weren't selling that many cars. So instead of just pointing the finger back, they engaged with the operations team, the CX team, and they tried to figure out why, and they used a bunch of our data to do it. Reality told them 40% of the 31,000 never test drove a car. Maybe you can't control some of that. People will fill out a request form. They don't come. That happens. 61% of those 12,000 or so were never even contacted by the dealer. I think Doug Zarkin yesterday said, control the controllables. You can control whether you reach back out to your customer, particularly the ones that raise their hand and ask to do business with you. So the operations team pretty simply said, okay, well, we need to kind of prove the impact of all of that. Might seem obvious to all of us, but everyone knows you got to break it down to numbers. They said, what if we just contacted 10% of those? What if 25% of those people bought a car? $4.8 million in lost sales. If only 10% of them they contacted, you can do the math, you can multiply it by 10. If you want to know what would happen if they contacted all of them. This is real data, real story, and the best part for me was it was these three departments that didn't point fingers, they worked together. And what they did was they rolled out a new training program at a dealership level to work on communication to make sure the processes and the workflow were in place to close the loop.